I also said to myself in that season and in my conversations with God, there came a realization that actually there's so many stories that surround me, and every single person out there has a story. This season was really, really pivotal because, many amazing things finally happened post the hiatus, post the break. We got monetized, and what to expect in the production break, I love to call it. Chunks of life, chunks of fashion, chunks of entertainment, chunks of relationships. So give me some more, give me some more, give me some more. Give me some more, give me some more, give me some more. Okay, gorgeous people, it's the end of season 12 of the show, and some of you may be new to myself, to the channel, to the concept of the MoChunks Show, but this show has actually been running for about 10 years and 12 seasons. And how did I work out the seasons? I think I mentioned in a previous video that I literally just went back based on the years and maybe like equipment that we're using at the time, how our topics have evolved over the years. I worked out that somewhere in there we've evolved through 12 seasons. And I remember saying last year that this year will be my best, and going forward it will continue to get better by the grace of God. Definitely felt some friction at the beginning of this season because there were many different changes happening. I'd basically restarted the show on a new channel after being gone for a bit, so I think it was quite hard to kind of reconnect with you guys, with my audience, both old and new, on a new platform. So it's almost like we were operating as a new show, but we'd also had the experience of working for about 9 years prior. So that was a really, really interesting experience. I mentioned in a video about feeling forgotten. That's literally how I felt in that season. I felt like I'd done the promo for, oh, I've got a new channel. I thought it was going to go really, really well, but it didn't go as well as quickly as I kind of hoped. And many people were asking me, oh, why did you kind of move your channel? You could have just done the easy thing and kept it on your previous channel. But I got to a stage where I really wanted to make my brands distinct. There's three parts to Mo, and again, you may be new to me, but there's three parts to me. Me myself, I'm a content creator. I love creating fashion and lifestyle content. There's me as a presenter. I love to present on the MoChunks Show, and there's also me as a producer. Producing under the media house MoChunks TV. And over the years, I've kind of streamlined and decided, okay, what dream do I want to face in this particular season? And right now, it is the show that I'm kind of honing in on. But I really wanted to make sure that the brands were kind of, even though they are one, but also separate and very like, there's clarity about what they each represent. And so when I came back and then started season 12 and things weren't working out so well, I was doing the video essays, which I really love, via Chit Chat with Mo, which is like our debate segment. Some of them were doing well, but something just felt like the season wasn't quite clicking. When I would try to invite guests on, there would be like last minute cancellations at some point. I was just thinking, what's going on? So I stopped mid season, literally halfway through the season, and went away for about 3 months, and speaking to God, thinking about, okay, how can I re-strategize this, what can I do to make this better, to really continue the mission without feeling frustrated along the way. And I noticed, I went through my videos and I noticed three main themes in a lot of the content that I put out. So I love to talk about my faith, my career as a creative, and I love to talk about relationships, and also generally like living well and living a good life. So that helped me in that season come up with the slogan, we inspire and educate you to live well and thrive in your faith, career, and relationships, which now forms the ethos of like the brand, the MoChunks Show, and like going forward, that's really been helping decide, okay, what kind of episodes do I want to do, what guests do I want to have on. And even with the guests, that season really helped me to solidify, okay, I noticed a pattern with myself. I love to, as well as doing the video essays and doing the debates, I love to tell stories that help to inspire others to know that they can like get through anything in life. And I've shared many, many stories over the years, many, many stories. If you're familiar with my journey, you can go on the homepage of this channel. I have all the videos from the previous channel all in a playlist, so you can check them out. And I noticed that I love to tell stories, but I also realized there's only so many stories that I can tell. Obviously, life continues to evolve and there will be new stories. But I also said to myself in that season and in my conversations with God, there came a realization that actually there's so many stories that surround me, and every single person out there has a story. But especially my friends and my family, people that I know, before I start to reach out to, people that I may not know, there's so many stories that are like familiar to me, and like I know these people so well that I can invite them to my home and we can have a conversation about some of the things that they've gone through. And so that was the thing that I after my mid-season break, which was not planned, and then we came back and we started to do those episodes with we expanded the show to have not just chit chat with Mo, where we have the debates, but also deeper with Mo, where we then have, delving into the guest stories and also my story. I realized that I could actually make those my stories as well. Every now and again, I can come and do a whole episode featuring those different segments and building the show and the podcast in that way. Faced several different challenges, so that was one of the biggest things. Biggest things. Reestablishing the show on a new channel was tough. Getting guests on the show, initially there was a lot of resistance, but then I realized I actually know so many amazing people with amazing stories, and that really, there was breakthrough finally in that area. When my friends kind of like graced me with their presence on my sofa, as you guys have kind of seen as we've kind of gone along. There was one more thing there was resistance in, but I'm kind of forgetting right now. Um, this season was really, really pivotal because, many amazing things finally happened post the hiatus, post the break. We got monetized. We reached our first like 1,000 subscribers. Although YouTube has now gone to reduce the what do you call it? The requirements to be monetized. They now made it like I think 3,000 hours, 500 subscribers. But anyway, we did the previous one and we finally got monetized. We're finally having like events. Our social media is also like growing. Another area that I really wanted to work on this season is establishing the show as not just a show but also a podcast. So that was quite hard, but we eventually we got it. Like growing the social media platforms for the show, because I think the show, I've relied on myself as a creative to kind of popularize or advertise the show, but I really wanted the show's own social media platforms to also have community in them and like for the show itself to become a community. So we worked through those various different challenges, and I'm really glad I stuck with it. Because we're getting somewhere. I believe that we're now building the momentum for the mission, which is to inspire and educate you to live well and thrive in your faith, career, and relationships, and really building a community around that and people that are ready and willing, like myself, to grow through conversations, events, and so much more. I feel like there's so much more to say. This was just a really pivotal season, and I'm really, really grateful to you guys for joining me on this journey and encouraging me in the comments. There's some of you that were saying, "Mo, I'm loving seeing the subscribers climb up." Like some of you are giving me constructive criticism. Like thank you so much to all of you for being there with me. Of course, my friends and family behind the scenes helping me out, run productions that we're doing this recapping and the finale episode as well. I'm super grateful. I'm excited for where we're going to go next and what to expect in the production break, I love to call it. I'll still be uploading some clips to kind of keep you guys entertained as time kind of goes on, and then we'll be back. So this is June. What month are we in now? We're in June. We'll be off in terms of full episodes for about a month. There'll still be some clips and stuff being uploaded, and then we'll be back by the grace of God in August. So I hope you guys are ready for the next season of the show, and I really, really hope you've enjoyed this one. And hopefully, speaking in retrospect, hopefully we had fun at the first, intimate event, that I really wanted to do, start connecting with you guys. And thank you. In retrospect, I don't know what's gonna happen, but thank you for attending if you did attend. Thank you. I'm just like super grateful. Um, I've also noticed something about myself that I guess maybe because of my journey, I'm not really moved by numbers. Like numbers are good, but really it's the impact for me. And even when the numbers are high on certain videos, it's so interesting. I feel like I shouldn't really go into this, but I feel myself feeling a burden for the people that these videos are for, more than getting excited about the numbers. But that's an aside. But Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Um, thank you, and I will see you in the next season. And until next time, guys, peace and love, peace and chunks. Chunks of love.